Hi guys, and welcome to the premiere episode of the PCB Show. This show will be focused on shoot 'em ups, old and new, from the arcade, PC and console. I've been a fan since 1979, and producing this show will give me the opportunity to revisit lots of old classics. Music for this episode is provided by Overclocked Remix. Links to all music used are below. First up, I'll be shining the spotlight on Capcom's contribution to the genre, including the long-running 1942 series and collaborations with Cave on the horizontal shoot 'em up Pro Gear. Next, I will be revisiting a childhood toy, Cosmic Clash, an electromechanical game from 1982, modelled like an arcade cabinet. This 33-year-old game still has a lot of charm. Moving into the present day, I have reviewed Eschatos, newly released for the PC on September 18th, 2015, developed by Cute and originally released for the Xbox 360 in 2011. It's a great game, let's take a look, see how it stands up. And wrapping up this episode, I'll be attempting stage 1 of a 1 credit clear of the 30-year-old Konami classic Nemesis.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Spotlight on Capcom. 1942, released in the year 1984. This title is set in the Pacific Theatre of War, and you're trying to reach Tokyo to destroy the Japanese air fleet. The game is famous for the loop-to-loop, which you use to avoid enemy fire, a very distinctive gameplay mechanic. It's a very successful game, ported to many platforms. In 1987, 3 years after it was released, it was number 1 in the Euromax arcade charts. With 16 years worth of sequels, it's Capcom's longest running shoot 'em up franchise. 1987 brings us the title 1943 The Battle for Midway, with an energy bar replacing lives and a more explosive power-up selection. Also released was 1943 Kai, with a ramped up difficulty and enhanced graphics to cater for the more demanding Japanese market. 1990 has another sequel, 1941 Counterattack, going for very high visual impact and high octane audio, keeping up with the times. 1996 has the 19XX release, with the traditional weapons ditched for a more space-themed power-up system. 1944 The Loopmaster was released in the year 2000, is the last chapter in the 1942 story, with a departure in the screen orientation, opting for a vertical scroll on a horizontal monitor. This is known as Verizontal. It's a return to the roots with more traditional gameplay than previous titles. Next up, we have 3 games. Although not strictly a trilogy, they all bear a few things in common. Let's take a look. First up, we have the 1985 game, Section Z. I do have some fond memories of this game, as it was the first PCB I ever bought for an arcade machine. I still like the game to this day. It's a horizontal shoot 'em up for the most part. It does scroll vertically in sections, and what makes it a bit different is you can shoot both left and right. You have one fire button, and the second button reverses the direction of the player. Then we have the 1986 Sidearms. Again, it shares a similarity to Section Z in that it's a horizontal scroller and you can shoot both left and right. This time you have a dedicated button for shooting left and another for shooting right. And lastly we have 1988's Forgotten Worlds, a simultaneous 2-player horizontal shoot 'em up. It's not only that you can shoot left and right, you can shoot in almost any direction with a spinner control for aiming. Capcom is quite famous for its collaborations. This 4-game collection has some of the best games when Capcom works with other developers. Gigawing is first up, with Takumi assisting. It's a challenging bullet hell shooter. The twist here is you can reflect enemy shots back at them. The medal collection and multipliers are excellent, and make for some truly outrageous scores. Released in 1999, offering simultaneous 2-player action, this game really brought Capcom into the world of bullet hell. Dimahoo is a year 2000 release, working with 18 Rising. This shooter has a fantasy setting with swords, necromancers and plenty of magic. It's a great looking game with interesting mechanics, very overlooked and deserves a lot more attention in my opinion. A very solid game. Mars Matrix is a return to working with Takumi after the success of Gigawing. This year 2000 release might be the best shooter released under the Capcom banner. With a truly innovative weapon system, amazing graphics and a thumping soundtrack, this game is not to be missed, a real classic. Pro Gear sees Capcom working with one of the biggest names in shooters, Cave. Released in 2001, Pro Gear has a unique visual style and is somewhat unusual for Cave. It's a horizontal shooter. All the ingredients are there for an incredible experience, but somehow it just isn't quite up to Cave's usual high standards. This is what Cave had to say about working on Pro Gear.
On remarque une constante, Cave développe uniquement des Danmaku à scrolling vertical, à une exception près.
On a essayé le scrolling horizontal pour la première fois avec Pro Gear no Arashi, mais ça ne fait pas le poids face à un bon vertical. En vertical, tout est clair. On voit d'un seul coup si on va se faire toucher ou non. Mais en horizontal, impossible de bien se rendre compte si on est sur la trajectoire d'une balle.
Don't get me wrong, I don't think Pro Gear's a bad game by any stretch of the imagination, it's just not quite what it could have been. There's plenty more titles in the extensive Capcom catalogue. I'm just going to quickly show a few seconds of gameplay from some of the earlier titles of note. Well, that's it. We've celebrated Capcom's arcade shoot-'em-up collection. This isn't a comprehensive list, but I think it will give you more than a fair taste of what Capcom have done in the past, and it's a lot more than Street Fighter games. Cosmic Clash. This is one of my original childhood toys. I've managed to keep hold of this for 33 years. I remember getting this for my birthday in 1982. I thought it was absolutely amazing. My very own personal shoot 'em up. Previous to this, we had a TV console, Atari VCS or 2600 as it's known. We had to use the only TV to use the console, so this was fantastic. It meant I could play games on my own without needing to ask permission to use the television. I mean, look at the design of it, it's fantastic. I love the little ashtray there on the control panel. Hit and fire counters, how many shots you've taken, how many hits you've actually managed to achieve. You've got the on-off switch there, which is power of course, the fire button, which is your only real true control, and the pro and amateur switch. Denominations there, which are 25 cents and 50 cents for 2-in-1 games, which is interesting because there are regional variations for this, and we've got the American coinage, scorecard, instructions, even got the coin door and the cash collection box there. Really was a superb design. It still looks excellent on the shelf today. Okay, let's have a look at the back here. So we've got the battery compartment with a hinged door so you don't actually lose the door. And I haven't got the right kind of batteries. What have I got? I've got AA batteries and we need D cell batteries. Oh dear. I wonder if there's anybody friendly who could help me out. Maybe a Canadian.
For sure.
Maybe I should look down the rabbit hole. Down the rabbit hole. Down the rabbit hole.
And thank you very much, PC Baker. Yes, this is also a Down the Rabbit Hole video. Both PC Baker and myself are going to be talking about this machine. It was called Arcade Attack over here, and Tommy made it, and it's a really great little device. I was actually going to be reviewing this for my Triple H section when PC Baker mentioned he'd be doing it as well, so we thought, let's both talk about it. Well, now you've seen the box, you've seen the actual toy, so let's get into some gameplay. What I like about this, and the reason it was going to be part of my Triple H section, is if you're of a certain age as a gamer, you remember those old cog-driven electromechanical games that were in the arcades, like the skier on a couple of pipes going over some carpet and that kind of thing. And this toy, or this game, replicates that really, really well. You've essentially got a row of UFOs going back there, and you just shoot them, and the laser goes up. It's a very, very basic game, and I'm about to show you here, but it screams of that era of the arcade, and I really, really love having this in my collection. This is probably one of my favorite parts of my honoring handhelds that I have. So let's turn it on now. I'll see if I can do this holding it here. There's a score in here, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. There's 2 skill modes. Some people think that it's broken because if you set it on this, the UFOs go by at a set rate, and some people think if you flick it to this pro mode, it's broken. It's not true. It actually makes a randomized speed for the UFOs to go past with, and I prefer having it on that setting. Anyway, let's fire it up and have a game here. I'll see if I can hold it properly. And apologies, it is rather noisy because it's running on 2 D-size batteries to run the engine and all the bits and pieces inside. Anyway, here we go. So there's the UFOs. Let me see if I can line up a shot. Darn it, I missed. The voice is actually on a little, missed again. The voice and the sound effects are actually on a little miniature record. Got him. There's the explosion. Do another shot. Missed. Let's do one more here. And yeah, you can almost see there's a light there that indicates when the recharge is finished. Got him. See that light? When that turns off, that means I can shoot again. I'm going to miss him. Let's see if we can get another one. Fire! Terrible shot. Terrible shot. Alright. Missed him. Let's go for another one. Well, I obviously hit that, but that was a very, very close shot there. I'm now on 7 shots. Let's do it again. Correct hit. And I think there we go, game over.
Many thanks to Down the Rabbit Hole there for his excellent collaboration and superb review of Cosmic Clash / Arcade Attack. If you'd like to visit his channel, he's hosting a full teardown of the machine, so you can actually see all the inner workings, including the record player, the transparent film, everything inside. A great channel and well worth a look. Thanks again to Down the Rabbit Hole. Eschatos takes place in the 22nd century, where a mysterious organic alien matter, known only as the Purple Erosion, has taken over the moon. After covering 75% of the moon's surface, the aliens launch an attack on the Earth. Using flying saucers to deploy tractor weapons and ships, the player is tasked with stopping the invasion using a fighter ship capable of great attack and defense technology. As far as shoot 'em up plots go, that's pretty much as good as it gets. Developed by a Japanese developer Cute, this is their third game, following up from the Bandai Wonderswan games Judgment Silver Sword and Cardinal Sins. Eschatos was originally released on the Xbox 360 in 2011. Okay, let's have a look at the options. Game settings. At first you can just choose between 2 ships, but there are 4 other options greyed out there. Sound settings, again, 1 option greyed out. Into the screen, you can choose full screen or windowed modes. You can change the background wallpaper, including a blank one. You can change the scaling of the screen, and also the position of the screen. You can pretty much tweak it for exactly however you want, and most importantly as a tate mode, or tate as we call it in England, where you can rotate the screen, change the aspect ratio there, and very flexible screen options, everything you'd want from this kind of shoot 'em up. You can change the effects settings if you have a lower end PC, have some defaults there for mid-range and low end. You can also change the controller settings there. Quite extensive. You can also have a look at your statistics, how many times you've played through, your completion ratios, and you can also reinitialize all that data, reset everything. Ranking modes there, online leaderboards, replays which you can save and replay back locally and also online. Into the game. Eschatos is a roller coaster of a ride with the camera moving wildly in 3D space. It offers 26 levels with a very unique graphical style and outstanding soundtrack. There are 2 main weapons. You have a long reach shot and a shorter reach wide shot. There's also a manual shield which is very handy for dodging through curtains of bullets. It also offers a real-time speed selection. I feel there's very good continuity with a great flow through the levels. In the normal mode, there's 2 pickups. You have the F, which is a flash bomb pickup, which will kill weaker enemies and weaken stronger enemies. You can also collect a 1-up for an extra life. The core of the game is destroying everything quickly. Time is a huge element in Eschatos. There's plenty of unlockables, plus Steam trading cards offering longevity. Other modes include Advanced Mode, where there's 7 upgrades to player shots, but each upgrade will weaken your shield. Bonus pickups can be held rotating around your ship, offering another level of gameplay. And the final game is Time Attack. It's a great high score challenge with players fighting for extra time to extend the game. I don't think Eschatos is going to bring in many new fans, but it offers a fair amount of content for its modest asking price. Various bundles are available, including back catalogue games and soundtrack. Overall, I like it a lot. It's very different, its unique style and frantic game pace, they are quite unique to the game, and it's a thumbs up from me. I do like it. For $10.99, it's a great buy. If you're not sure, hang on for a sale. I'm sure it'll be in a sale soon. Cheers guys, I'll leave you with a couple of minutes gameplay footage. This year, Konami's Nemesis celebrates its 30th anniversary. I've been a huge fan since 1985, one of the first shoot-em-ups that I really got involved with. I'm ashamed to say that during those 30 years, I've never managed to complete the game with one credit. Over the next few episodes, I will be attempting to do just that, clear the game with one single credit. I will be using a save state, and this will be used at the end of each level, providing continuous gameplay through the episodes. Here goes! A little bit hairy there, and not quite as elegant as I would have liked, but I got through unscathed, reasonably powered up for the next level there with all my lives intact. Not bad, I'm happy with that overall. Okay guys, thanks very much for watching the PCB Show. If you've got any suggestions, comments, anything at all, please leave them below. I do rely on your feedback, and I'll see you soon with episode 2. Cheers guys, thanks for your support.
あのグラディウスがファミコンソフトになった。未知との戦いは今始まった。 全宇宙を飲み込んだ超スペースファイターグラディウス。
Konami.